Hey guys, today I am going to be talking about a topic that has social media ripping their weaves off. We all know Katy Perry tried to diss the Swiffer cleaner, but she failed with her video full of dead memes. Katy's song title Swish Swish doesn't even match the theme, as it was first about shopping then moved over to basketball. UPLX pick one title. Sorry if I mess up, I am not pro at doing this voice thing, as you probably recognize is my first time. Now back to the weave ripping situation. I personally like the Swiffer cleaner because she has always been my favorite, even though she uses guys for music videos. LMAO OMG, sorry, there's a stupid car ad in the background and it wants me to rip my weave off now even though I wear a wig. See if you criticize me on my opinion, you pigeons, so you can shut your beak. Bye, I love you all and Maya, I'm sorry if you watch this lol.